Hello there, welcome to the video. So today I'm on a magnificent lake that contains some fantastic tench and bream and also carp. So I'll show you the setup, I'll tell you about the tactics for today, and I'll let you have a look at the swim as well. So the plan for today is fishing method feeder, or this is actually what we call a hybrid feeder. The principle is basically the same. The line comes from the rod tip here, feeds through the centre of this stem, and then onto that you've basically got this sort of quick change connector. These are the ones that I'm using together with this Preston hybrid feeder. And what you do is obviously tie this onto that, push that down, but before you do so you'll see there's a tiny little loop or hook there, and what I do is choose one of these 4-inch hook links. I've got them in various sizes, various weight line with various attachments on the end. You'll probably see some have got loops on, some have got spikes on, and what I'll do is pick one of those, loop that over there and then lock it into position with that bead, and then you've got a lovely 4-inch hook link that you can pop onto the method feeder or hybrid feeder. This is the mould that I'm using. Again, it's one of the Preston ones, and I'll show you how that works a little bit later, but basically it's nice and easy. You release the mould by pressing this, and that then forms a nice little dome of bait on the top of that. Apologise if you're getting a bit of wind noise, but this is the peg that I'm fishing, and what I'm going to do is just cast just this side of the middle. There is apparently an island in the middle, or a shallower area in the middle, so I'm going to avoid that and just fish in the deeper water at the bottom of the slope there. That's the plan. So the bait for today will be 3mm krill swim stim pellets. I'll also ping a few 6mm pellets over them, but initially what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak these using a little pellet wetter, get those prepared and ready for the method feeder. So I put the pellets into this pellet wetter, submerge them all, making sure that they're all covered. I'm going to leave them in there for probably about, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes, something like that, and then pull this out and just let them drain on the bank. And I've got quite a range of hook baits with me. I've got some Bandom wafters in various sizes, some sinkers, chocolate orange flavours. I've also got some mini boilies as well that I'm going to be trying. So a whole variety of hook baits, and I've even got a real big tub of other options here, and I'll tell you some of my tips and tricks that I use, some inexpensive little tips and tricks later when you're method feeder fishing. So the gear I'll be using today is a Shimano 4000 bait runner. It's a little bit knackered. Is this reel? It's loaded with 10-pound line, and that's on an old Garbolino carp picker rod. I think it's about 9.5 foot long. So that's the gear. So I'm going to kick things off, put a few pellets in there. I'm going to fish this mini boilie. It's a sweetcorn flavoured boilie. Compact it up, and then just simply pop the method feeder, or hybrid feeder as it is, into the mould. Press it quite firmly, and then basically you squeeze the two sort of fins at the side, and you've got a little perfectly formed ball of bait now. So let's get that cast out and see if we can get a fish. So let's have the first cast out. I have cast out and clipped up, so it's a little bit tight. I've got some trees under me here, but that's the first cast out. A little bit of a bow in the line with the fairly strong breeze that's on the lake at the moment. Just going to sink the line and then basically just plonk it on the rest and just gently tighten up to it. There we go. Let's see if we can get the first fish. So I'm just going to ping a few of these pellets over where I've cast the method feeder. I've got a little marker on the far bank there. Just think that noise attracts fish, you know. Putting a few pellets over, maybe 6 at a time. just over where I cast that, and hopefully attract a bit of interest from the fish there. I have got a bit of a facing breeze. It's fairly strong at the moment, so the 6mm ones are just about big enough to ping out with a catapult, so I can fling them at the moment, but perhaps would have been better with some 8mm ones as well, but we'll have to do. I'm just going to periodically put pellets over the top, just to, as I say, just to generate a bit of interest and maybe attract a few fish into the area. Oh, that was a screaming take. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It seems to it's feeling a little bit like it's stuck in some weed. Yep, lost it. Felt like it was stuck in some weed. I was wondering if it might be foul hooked. I'm not terribly sure. Yeah, that's actually snapped my hook link. Jesus. Right, let's beef things up there. Let's try again. Yeah, it did feel like it swam into something and just hung there. Some kind of underwater obstruction. And snapped the hook link. I am on barbless hooks, so yeah, let's try that again. Right, let's get a bit more bait in. So, just lost a fish. Snapped me in some kind of weed or something out there. Came after about 20 minutes. And all I've been doing is pinging a few of these pellets in. I've had about 3 casts with the feeder. So let's just repeat that and see if we can get one on the bank this time. So it's about 35 minutes gone. I've just had that bite and that lost fish. I'm going to make some changes now. I've beefed up the hook link, and I've also going to make a change from the Sweetcorn flavoured boilie. Throw that away for the ducks. I'm going to put one of these Tutti Frutti boilies on now. And I've also done something else. I've unclipped. I did clip up, but I'm just feeling like these tench, very powerful. Didn't seem a very big fish, but it was very powerful. And I think just unclipping now will allow them to bolt off a little bit further without hitting the clip and maybe potentially causing me problems. So let's try that. Nice little mountain of bait there. Get it cast out. Let's see if we can get something else now. Not very deep out there. I'm thinking it's probably about, I don't know, 8 feet, something like that, would I guess. I've got something on. It's not very big. Let's see if we can get this netted for you. Get it in this time. It might be either a small skimmer maybe, or a small tench, I don't know. I don't know what it is at the moment. It's a mystery. There are lots of skimmers in here. There's some big roach in as well, so it's having a little bit of a fight now. No, it might be a tench actually. It's just seen the net and decided it's not happy. Don't feel big, but the powerful things, really, really powerful. It's come right in the side. I don't know what's going on here. I think it might be bigger than I thought. Jesus, it is. It is bigger than I thought. I thought it was a small fish, and then it's literally doing another run around there. It's a lot bigger than I think, sort of diving down. It's whoa. Yeah, a lot bigger than I thought. This. It shows what I know, doesn't it? Never seen a fish churn so much up. Ah, dearie me. It's a big fish. That is a big, big tench. Let's give it a rest and then let's have a look at it. So an absolute beaut. A hard fighting tench. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Wonderful. It's fish number 1. Let's get it back. So that's £4.10. Just give it a quick weigh. But a lovely example of a tench, absolutely perfect. It's absolutely kicking off already, so let's get it back as soon as we can. There we go. Beautiful. Well, that was quite bizarre that. I hooked that tench and I honestly thought it was quite a smaller fish. It didn't seem to fight until it got into this fairly shallow water close in, and then it went absolutely crazy and decided to battle. So nice fish, £4.10, and that's got us off the mark. Really happy with that. I'm going to continue feeding these pellets, seems to be doing the trick, and I'd changed to that Tutti Frutti mini boilie, so I'll stick with that now. Hopefully we might have 1 or 2 more. Well, in again. Not sure again what this is. It's coming in a little bit like the other one. I think this might be a skimmer this time. Yeah, I'm going to say it was a skimmer. I might be wrong when it gets close to the bank and it realises it's hooked, but I think it is. So it's oh yeah, it's a bream. Nice bream actually. Nice bream. Beautiful. Ooh, that's a beauty. That is a beauty. Usually they just come in, well, they kind of give themselves up, don't they? But give it a little rest and then we'll have a look at it. Oh, it's a nice bream in the net. Lovely fish. Coming to that Tutti Frutti mini boilie. Wonderful. Let's get it back now. Awkward filming and returning a fish at the same time sometimes, so there we are, gliding away. It's fish number 2. Well, we've got another thing on and it ain't a bream. It's taking line. A bit of a bend in the rod there. Just run across to me right. They really do rock it off, these tench, and they cover a heck of a lot of ground. This is swimming towards me now. Let's get a bit closer down, see if we can get this thing in. There's some quite shallow water close in, so well, you get here and they really don't like it. I had a few problems with my landing net before because I've got a new one and it's like a 4 metre net, so I've just had to retract it a little bit. And there we go. Because it was just too long and the butt end of it was sticking in the trees at the side and causing problems, so let's give that a little rest and have a little look at it. And that's another tench in the net. Fish number 3. Well, that's fish number 3, second tench. Not quite as big as the other one, but a good scrap. And slightly sort of darker colour than the other one. Aren't they beautiful fish? Fantastic. Let's get this beauty back. There we go. So a useful little tip is there's some very expensive glugs and things like that out on the market. I tend to use this, which is well, strawberry. I've also got chocolate and I think maple syrup as well. and I think they're ice cream toppings, just getting from a standard supermarket, and they're just as good in my view. So what you can do is just put a bit of that over the top. And it's also good for making your pellets sticky as well. You can mix it in your pellets and they become more like sticky pellets. So yeah, how could any fish resist that? It's a really inexpensive glug that you can use on your method feeder and hybrid feeders. What I've continued to do is trickle in those 6mm pellets. I'm just watching my rod tip here. Trickling those 6mm pellets over there. Continuing to create noise that will hopefully attract more fish. Seems to be doing the trick. And those 3 fish came to the mini boilies. The first one came to a sweetcorn flavoured one, and the other 2 have come to Tutti Frutti. And I'd also put some of that strawberry glug on and caught those last 2 as well. So yeah, so far so good. Something else on now. Just had a couple of liners and then just sort of pulled round again, so I'm guessing this might be another bream. A big skimmer. You never know though, it's you get to this point and then you go crazy because it's very, very shallow water here. I'm sort of pulling them into that. When they realise that, they don't like it, obviously, so let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's skimmer. Oh, where is it? Yep. Just trying to get a shot of it while I'm landing it. Oh yeah. Oh, the big old bream. They're big slab. What you can see with this is all the tubercles, these white dots and raised up areas. It's very, very rough. They're developed when the fish is spawning, and yeah, this is a really good example of all those tubercles all over it, including its head there. So let's get it back. It's fish number 4. This will get right itself, and we'll it's gone. Excellent. So one of the things you've got to constantly watch are that your pellets don't dry out too much, and I just got a sense that they were just a bit too dry and they were breaking off the mould a little bit too easily, so I've just dunked them again in that water that I originally wetted them all out. I just leave it in a little bowl at the side of me, in a little bait tub at the side of me, and I just sort of dunked the pouch in there, give it a good shake up and then pulled it out again, and these are now back to being perfect again. Right, we're into something else. I'll put my other camera on here if I can. It's I think this is another Bream. Slabba-dabba-doo. Haven't actually seen it yet, but it is coming in like a plodder, which is usually a bream. I'm just going to stand up at this point just to get a better angle on it. Sure what it is, can't even see it. Oh, it's a tench. How weird. How very weird. That's so strange. Some fight like heck, another one's hardly fight at all. In fact, it's just walking up now. Right, that's another tench. Great. do the usual, give it a rest, and then we'll have a look at it. Blimey, it's trying to drag the net away. It's just suddenly started fighting right now. Well, that's tench number 3. Didn't fight that, and it's quite odd. It's like a boomerang shape. Look, it's got a real hump back to it, so maybe that's why it didn't fight coming in so much. But yeah, lovely fish. Let's get it back. Blimey, that wants to go. So I'm going to give you my closest guarded secret now. Are you ready? I've decided I will tell you. Kind of reluctantly, because it is a bit of an edge of mine, but basically what I do is use these, which are hundreds and thousands. You can get various types of them from supermarkets in the cake decoration parts, and I tend to put a few of these beads in there. You can see they're in there, and just then load the feeder in the same way. So I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. There's a couple of reasons for this. One is that it's visually attractive. Obviously there's different colours, and also it's pretty much pure sugar, so there's a real sugary quality to it that the fish like. And also, you can see there, very, very visual, but also sometimes the feeder mould sort of sticks, and you struggle to load your feeder properly. You know, you get bits in your mould and bits on the feeder, and this enables you to get a clean release every time, and you can see just how appealing that is. It's a really good edge. I've caught lots and lots of fish on it, and I thought I'd share it with you today. Well, believe it or not, that came as soon as the feeder hit the bottom, with those little hundreds and thousands on top. I said it was very visual. I guess that saw it and hit the bait straight away. Small skimmer. Pop it back. There we go. So things have got a little bit quiet out there, so I've just fired about 3 or 4 small pouches of pellets out, around about 3-4 odd lengths out, and I've just dropped my feeder close in now on that, just to see if there's anything a little bit closer to me rather than casting further out. A couple of taps already on the tip. And although I've caught a few fish, there've been big gaps between them really. So I'm just looking at alternatives really at the moment. Whoa! Oh, got another tench on, and it's taking me right up to my right. I've actually got this one on the close in line. Been putting a few pellets closer in, and then dropped over this, and this is the result. Waited about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, something like that. So it's good to know, because I was having problems feeding out there with the 6mm pellets, and yeah, it's another nice tench. This time from that close in area, or closer in area. That's tench number 4. Yeah, it looks like a male with the size of the fins there. Lovely colours. They're all slightly different colours today, so yeah, It's number 4. Let's pop it back. Thank you very much, Mr. Tench. There we go. Bang, off. So, nice surprise, a lovely roach. Let's go into the closer inline again. But yeah, very nice. Let's get it back. Oh, nice skimmer. Again, coming from that close inline. Get 1 or 2 bites on there now. That's another roach coming to that close inline. Amazing colours. A kind of bronze on its back. Okay. Well, I've been concentrating on this near side line for about the last hour, and I did get a tench, pretty much first chuck, and then after that I've had a series of skimmers around about a pound and a quarter-ish sort of size, something like that, and then a few roach as well. So the stamp of the fish tends to be much smaller than they were when I was casting further out. So I have been continuing to feed further out all throughout this last hour or so, kept the feed going out there as well, and I'm going to cast back over that and see if I can get anything over there now. Put a bit of feed close in and leave that for a bit now, concentrate further out. Well, that was strange. I just cast out the furthest line where I've rested for about an hour, and I cast out and clipped up, and then I suddenly thought to myself, no, I don't want to clip up really, because they do rush off, these fish, and they can snap you. So I was just unclipping and I thought, what's going on with my rod tip? And yeah, here we have another one. I think this is a tench again. Oh no, it's not. It's a bream. Some of them fight so hard, some don't. There we go. A bream in the net. Wonderful. Well, a very lively bream. I'm going to get it quickly back. There we go. Well, another one on, I think. I think it's another bream. I've got it wrong a couple of times, saying it was a bream and it was a tench, and then when I've said it was a tench, it's been a bream. So, oh no, what's it just gone into? Some kind of snag. Oh dear. It's not good. See if it swims out. Just give it a little bit of slack, and then yeah, there we go. This must be weed or branches or something down there. It feels a lump. Another slab, I think. Yep. Well, definitely worked resting that area over the far side and continually feeding it for the last hour, and then going back onto it, and I've had 2 bream in very quick succession. So just have a quick look at this. There we go. A nice bream in the net. Get it unhooked and then quickly get it back. Quite lively. They come in very easily, and then you get them in the net and they go a bit crazy. So there we go. Nice. Let's get it back. There we go. That's the first time all day I've seen the sun peeping through. It's not quite out those trees. I am getting little bits of sunlight on me and feeling for the first time warm, despite the fact that I've got all my layers on and my little buff on and you name it. It's cold, been cold over this side. I'm hoping that, yeah, I'll thaw out a little bit now. Just had a roach fairly close in, getting a couple of taps, and I am going to have another little go in a few more minutes over that furthest line just to see if anything's settled back on that again. I'm just alternating between one and the other really, just to try to pick a fish off one, and on the other it's pretty slow, I've got to say, but I'm managing to get quite a few bream. I wouldn't mind a few more tench if I can. But, oh, sunlight. Oh, wonderful. So, absolute unit of a tench. It's been a tough few hours without anything, or certainly without any tench, and I've just locked onto this, the biggest of the day. What a beauty. I'm going to weigh it just out of interest, but what a scrap. Well, that's a lovely fish. I'm doubting my scales now. I think I've got a problem with him because this is a good £5 plus fish, and my scales are saying £4.10 again. I think they're locked on that size. So anyway, don't worry about it. We'll main thing is we've caught a beautiful tench, and we'll get it back, and I will get some new scales, I think. Rested and wonderful, an absolute clonking tench. Well, this is the biggest roach of the day. Beautiful. Again, taking those boilies. That's great, let's get it back. Oh! Wet me through. Well, just back on that near side area, just had a roach, about 4 ounce, and then I've just had whatever this is. At the moment it's not fighting like a, I don't know, now I'm thinking, is it a tench? I'm going to say it's not fighting like a tench, but some of them aren't. It's really, really strange. Oh, it's a slabber-dabber-doo. Oh yeah, quite a lump, nice. Don't mind catching slabs, I'm happy. Happy with anything. Right, let's have a little look at it in a minute or two. Well, I finally got a bit of sunshine on this side, and yeah, this in the net, which looks a bit better with a bit of sun on it, doesn't it? Another bream, and this is coming from the near side area, which is encouraging. So let's put a bit more feed in and see if we can get some more. Okay, we've just hooked a we've just hooked a train or something that's bolted off. Whoa, I'm wondering feels like a tench. It's under something. There's something out there that the other one went into, and sorry, I'm just reorientating the camera, but that just absolutely flew off. Again, what I've been doing is I've just tried this right hand area. Yeah, there's definitely something under there. I lost a fish on that sometime earlier today. There's some branch or something under there. And this is obviously another tench. Whoa! I'm trying to go off those tree roots. Whoa, come away, Mr. Tench. Away from them. Oh, now then. Oh, what is this? That's a big tench, a very big tench. Come on. Oh, yes. Blimey. That took off like an absolute rocket. It just shows that changing the area where you're fishing, if you're not getting bites, that's the answer. Just have a good little explore around, and yeah, that came from that right hand area where I just had that roach from. And now I've got a lovely fat chunky tench. Oh, that's a good one. That's the best of the day, I think. I'm going to give it a rest and then we'll have a proper look. Oh, another beauty. Cracking tench. Look at that big paddle tail. Lovely. I'm not bothering weighing this because obviously my scales are a problem. Let's get it back. Fabulous. Raring to go. Yep. Gone. So I had a couple of nice tench earlier, and then it's gone quiet for about the last 45 minutes. All I've had then is several roach really, and I've had a few runs sort of bolting off, but they've been roach just holding on to the bait and then letting go, like now. See my rod tip go. And what I've done is I've alternated, I keep alternating where I'm casting to. I've got basically one to the right, one in front of me and one to the left. I'm alternating between each of them. And then I did try a cast further out where I've been, you know, successful early in the day, but I ended up with a little roach, that's all. Tiniest roach, grabbing hold of that 10mm boilie. Unbelievable really. So I'm going to give it a little while longer, just trying this right hand area now, and then rotate around a couple more and see how I get on. Oh, beautiful roach. That seems to be all I've been catching over the last hour or so. Some really savage bites, but they're these roach that are just either grabbing the boilie and bolting off with the boilie but not the hook, or I do occasionally get one or two of them in, particularly the bigger ones. So that's a lovely roach, absolutely lovely fish. Pop it back. Oh! Well, it dropped onto the mat and then dropped right into the water. So with that roach, I'm going to call it a day, I think. It's been a good day. I've had 5 tench, I think 7 bream, a lot of skimmers and a lot of roach, and really enjoyed it, so I hope you have too. Good luck with your own fishing, tight lines, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks very much.